From the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, August 18th, 2015. I'm Ann Gownley. The death of a man found in his Jeep Saturday was not suspicious. That's what Deputy Coroner John Pilecki said. The man was found in Hazleton Heights near the intersection of Burner Avenue and East Street Saturday afternoon. He was found slumped over the steering wheel. Pilecki said further toxicology tests are needed to determine the exact cause and manner of death. No name has been released, but police say he was 37 years old and from Butler Township. The search for a missing Tamaqua man has been called off, but family members and friends haven't stopped searching. 29-year-old Jesse Farber, known as Jesse Rex, disappeared August 11th. The official organized search continued until Saturday, but after finding nothing, it was called off. Friends say Farber made a call to the mother of his children just after 8 o'clock on August, saying coyotes were chasing him and he was scared. He told the woman that he was in the woods behind the high school and that his cell phone battery was low. At that point, the signal went dead. He hasn't been seen or heard from since. Farber is a white male, 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighs 130 pounds. He was last seen wearing a black hooded sweatshirt and carrying a camouflage backpack. Hazleton police got a search warrant to obtain clothing, sunglasses, and other items from the suspect in what police call the execution-style murder on 4th and Alter Street earlier this year. Police want to test those items for bloody bodily fluids and DNA. They belong to 27-year-old Rafael Mora Polanco, who's facing an open count of criminal homicide for murder of the 35-year-old Jorge Marrero on June 11th. He was shot 6 times and died at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, about a half hour later. Mora Polanco was arrested June 14th and has been in county prison since. County court approved the search warrant. Since the murder, 3 people related to Polanco have been charged with witness intimidation, reportedly telling witnesses to shut up or the Crips street gang would get them. West Hazleton police, along with the assistance of other agencies, were in hot pursuit this afternoon following a traffic stop. West Hazleton police initiated a traffic stop on a motorcycle that was allegedly driving recklessly with no license plate. Once police had the motorcycle pulled over, the driver took off at a high rate of speed, blowing through stop signs, going the wrong way on one-way streets, and traveling between 85 to 90 miles per hour on Broad Street in West Hazleton.
Motorcycle wrecked in the woods right on the other side of Park Street. The driver then fled on foot. We were unable to locate him. We are looking for a Hispanic male in his early 20s, probably about 5'6", 5'7". He was wearing shorts and a lighter colored shirt. He did have a multicolored baseball cap on, but during the pursuit he did lose that. There's no license plate on the motorcycle. There's no current inspection. The VIN number was ran through PennDOT. However, it came back with no record found. So that's a strong indication probably the bike is stolen.
Backup was called and the Pennsylvania State Police activated its helicopter to assist police on the ground.
Probably seeking medical attention at the hospital. We did notify the hospitals if he does go there, and we do have other agencies, the Pennsylvania State Police along with Sugarloaf, assisting us with this.
Anyone with information on this incident is asked to call police in West Hazleton immediately at 570-455-3733 or dial 911. Firefighters were called to 5th Street between Seibert and Perry Court in Hazleton for a fire at an apartment building around 10:15 this morning. When crews arrived on scene, heavy smoke could be seen coming from the second-story apartment. Crews from Hazleton and APTS responded to the scene at 134-136 East 5th Street.
We went inside, put the fire out. We talked to the renter that lives there. He said he was cooking with oil and forgot the pan on the stove. No injuries reported at the scene. We're still working on making sure that's exactly what the cause was. The State Police Fire Marshal here assisting us along with our own Fire Marshal.
2 people were home at the time of the fire and both got out safely. No injuries were reported at the scene and the electricity was shut off. The kitchen in the apartment was severely damaged and those who live in the apartment were displaced. The dentist office in the building was not open at the time, but Deputy Chief Jones said it could reopen after it's deodorized. The Red Cross was called in to help in this morning's fire. At least 5 phone lines were taken down today in the city of Hazleton by a tractor trailer. It happened in front of the Arthur Street Elementary School around 2 o'clock this afternoon. The lines were pulled down and the pole was snapped in 2 separate places. Hazleton fire crews had to block off the area around the pole. We spoke with Deputy Fire Chief Sean Jones at the scene.
When we arrived on scene, we found that a tractor trailer had actually grabbed the guide wire and snapped the telephone pole in 2 different places. No injuries right now. We're waiting for Verizon to come and assess the situation.
The tractor trailer could not be moved until the phone company came out to fix the lines. No word from police if the driver of the truck will face any charges. There was a major water main break in Kingston this morning and happened about 2 o'clock near the intersection of Mercer and West Walnut Streets, and it could not come on a hotter day. WYLN's Gary Perna has more.
The intersection of West Walnut and Mercer Streets looked more like a pond than a busy street this morning. A 30-inch water main broke underground, causing hundreds, thousands to be out of water in this 90-degree day. The break affected part of Kingston, Luzerne, Pringle, 40 Fort, and Sawyersville.
This is my vacation. I left the heat wave in Los Angeles to come to a heat wave here. And about 2 months ago, we had a big break in the water line by my house. I had no water for 3 days. I remember waking up at 2 in the morning to get a drink of water, and nothing came out of the pipes. This morning, I woke up at about 2 o'clock in the morning to get a drink of water, and I'm like, uh-oh, here we go again.
Not only are homes and businesses without water, but fire hydrants are out as well, prompting the Kingston Fire Department to place a tanker task force on standby, just in case.
Well, it's a 30-inch main break. We have that confirmed. The water company and their subcontractors are trying to isolate it. On the fire side, we have a plan in place where we borrowed an engine from Cortez, which has 1,000 gallons of water on it. And we also have the tanker task force from the back mountain on standby.
The chief said they have plans in place.
Well, yes. I mean, it's very similar to the flood where we had no utilities or no water, so it's very similar to that. So we do have an emergency plan in place. You know, we have water, we have porta potties up in place for the residents. We have water buffaloes and tankers scattered all over town. All the nursing homes, we've checked with them twice since this morning. They all have water buffaloes in place.
The Luzerne County Courthouse and the annex building across the street were closed today as well. Chief Guidell said he believes that over 1,000 homes are without water or have low pressure.
Well, there's probably a few thousand, I would think, because as far as I know, it goes from Edwardsville as far up to Old Ford, so it's got to be thousands of people involved. Some have pressure, but it's not good enough, in my opinion, to fight a fire.
Pennsylvania American Water said they expect services to be restored some point tonight. In Kingston, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thanks, Gary. Time now for a first look at our forecast. Another sweltering day in northeastern Pennsylvania, but is there any rain in our forecast to cool it down? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe, can we expect any rain in our upcoming forecast?
Well, definitely we can. We do have some out there today, some showers and thunderstorms. All locations not seeing them. Again, you can see them popping up on radar. A lot of these out in central Pennsylvania. Live 35 Skycast Doppler. You can see some locally heavy downpours in this particular area, but further toward the east, really nothing going on. Yeah, the heat continues to be in place. A lot of heat over the southern parts of the nation, including Las Vegas and Phoenix, Arizona. Closer to home over the past 24 hours, temperatures well in the 80s to lower 90s. Temperature-wise right now, 83 in New Angola, 87 in Berwick, and 88 degrees in Danville. We'll talk about the complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, details on how Wilkes-Barre is making it easier to park at meters. Plus, with all this heat, how are our emergency responders coping when attending to scenes with the high temperatures? We'll have all the details. Stay tuned. That and much more coming up here on WYLN.
Greater Hazleton's end of summer celebration. The annual homecoming is almost here. Mohican Sun at Pocono Downs presents Fun Fest in Center City, Hazleton, September 12th and 13th, with great ethnic and festival food and free entertainment. Always a crowd favorite is the fantastic Fun Fest Parade. New this year is a corporate float competition. Admission is free, parking is free. For more details, call the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce or go to funfestpa.org. Fun Fest is made possible by these sponsors.
Stop by Flo's Deli in Mountaintop for a great bite to eat. The deli serves fantastic sandwiches made with boar's head meat, and Flo makes all of her own ciabatta and sourdough rolls fresh every day. There is plenty of seating for you to dine inside or while the weather is warm outside on their beautiful deck. And stop in for a drink. They are now serving beer and a variety of mixed drinks. Flo's Deli open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., 683 South Mountain Boulevard in Mountaintop. Call Flo at 570-301-6893.
As of tomorrow, you'll be able to pay your parking meters in Wilkes-Barre with your smartphone. WYLN's Gary Perna has more.
Wilkes-Barre City's mayor announced its partnership with a mobile parking payment app called Pango. It's a free phone app that allows people to pay for parking with their smartphones. You have to create an account, which includes your credit card information and license plate number. Scranton and Wilkes-Barre already have Pango. Now, Hazleton Mayor Joe Iannuzzi proposed the app last year, but Hazleton Council voted it down. Wilkes-Barre Mayor Tom Layton said this is a great move forward for the city's downtown.
Well, today's a big day for the city of Wilkes-Barre with the advanced technology of being able to pay for your meters while you are in the downtown parking with Pango. Pango will allow you to use a credit card from your app on your phone. And again, it's an exciting time now as we rebuild the city of Wilkes-Barre in the downtown, that we have more and more visitors, more and more businesses coming to the city of Wilkes-Barre. And the meter parking has been very busy over the last several years because of the increase in pedestrian traffic coming downtown. So it's a right move in the right direction with the technology update, and we've been working on it for over a year.
The app will let those coming into the city pay for parking without having to worry about having the right change. The mayor said this is a convenient way to feed the meters without having to be at the meter. Drivers will still be able to use coins for payment as well. Layton said there is no cost for the city to use the service, but drivers will have to pay a service fee.
The city of Wilkes-Barre will not lose any money, but Pango will make their money on the app fee. I believe it's 14 cents per time they use it. But again, the city of Wilkes-Barre is not cost us any money. We'll continue to receive the revenue from the meters.
We only charge a convenience fee of 14 cents for the city of Wilkes-Barre. That's on top of your parking session. So it's just a very small fee for worry-free parking.
Orwell said this will save people from having to run out in the middle of a meal or in the middle of their shopping spree.
I used to be a banker prior to this, and I remember customers coming in and they always worry about, getting back to the meter. And in New York, that's a hefty fine, and anywhere else it's a hefty fine, just like here. So basically, if you were to recall the zone number that's located on all the signs and all the meter numbers, you would just have to you'll just download the app right there at the table. Right, you start a parking session, and you don't have to worry about ending your meal short.
The service for Wilkes-Barre is available to everyone on the app. You can log on to pango.com for more information. In Wilkes-Barre for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. Well, today marks 25 days until fun.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate.
12th and 13th on Broad Street. It is 25 days away, so make sure you mark those calendars and head on down to downtown Hazleton. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. That and much more, including sports, here and only here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer, dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
Definitely another warm day across northeastern and central Pennsylvania. There are some showers and thunderstorms out there on radar, and we're going to have to deal with a few more over the next couple of days. Here's a look at the graphic for today, and well, every location did not see the rain just yet, especially here over the northeast, but there's been some showers and thunderstorms as you head out toward the central part of the state of Pennsylvania. In fact, we're going to get to those in just a little bit. But first, a little closer to home, really not much going on, but like I said, just out toward the west, you could see a couple of storms that are lurking and more of them as you head out toward central Pennsylvania. We continue to be very warm. We continue to be in the 80s, dew point numbers in the 60s. You walk outside, you definitely feel the humidity that's in the air. 88 now, Wilkes-Barre International Airport, 88 in Philadelphia, 89 in Williamsport. Notice where temperatures are a little bit cooler. Only in the 70s, that is where the showers and thunderstorms continue to be. Up in the Wyoming Valley area, temperatures holding in the 80s. Here's a look at our radar, and notice where most of the showers and thunderstorms have been. Out in central Pennsylvania, out through Williamsport, out through the State College region, Harrisburg area. Most of our area really have not seen much of anything. But we're going to keep that thread of a shower or thunderstorm in our forecast through this evening. Maybe a shower or thunderstorm as we head into tomorrow. And then a better chance of seeing a lot more showers and storms, I think, as we progress through our Thursday. Numbers for tonight staying pretty muggy. 60s and 70s. Tomorrow we're up into the 70s and lower 80s, and notice as we go into our early Thursday morning, temperatures upper 60s to lower 70s. So again, tomorrow maybe a shower or thunderstorm across our area. Not looking too bad. The humidity level still will be relatively high, so it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable out there, but then there's some relief to the humidity by the ending part of this week. Notice how those temperatures start to drop. Some showers and storms for Thursday and Friday. And overall, the weekend looking pretty nice. Our daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers, the pick 221, the pick 3163, and the pick 49632. The pick 5 numbers 13950, and the treasure hunt numbers 3411, 15, and 20. Stick around. We'll continue to have more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
For all your projects, large and small, Bedrock Gardens has it all. They are fully stocked and ready to fill your order. Rubber mulch and rubber curbing to match. Lots of color choices to pick from. Wall stone, natural stone, full pallets ready to go. Their bins are full with rich colored quality mulch that will look wonderful all season long. Finish off your fabulous outdoor space with their quality patio furniture and easy to assemble fire pits. Everything you need for your summer projects. Delivery available, or just stop by and they will load you up. Bedrock Gardens, locally owned and operated. Call today.
Things move a little slower here in DSLville.
Slow pitch softball is big here. Really big. There's not a fast food restaurant in town. Zero.
Get the most out of the internet. Get Service Electric high-speed internet. Call Service Electric today to sign up.
Ho, 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 ho. Slow down. Tourists.
The heat is on, and for those emergency responders working in the heat with heavy equipment on, it can be dangerous. Today, WYLN spoke with a paramedic on how to stay safe working outside during this heat wave. It's no surprise that it's hot out. For many of us leaving our homes, cooler clothing is an option when heading to work. However, for some, like emergency responders, the heavy clothing is keeping them safe when responding to fires. Over the past few days, members of the Hazleton Fire Department, along with EMS, have been putting out fires and caring for patients in the hot weather. Today's fire on 5th Street was no exception. Time after time, David Onder, a paramedic, was handing out water to firefighters coming out of the smoke-filled home with heavy and thick equipment on. Anders says it's extremely important that these men and women continue to stay hydrated while battling blazes in this heat.
In these kind of conditions, it just adds to the heat that's already inside the building that they're working on or on fire. So the important thing is to keep everyone hydrated. Keep them going with the water and all of that, which will prevent heat stroke, heat exhaustion, things of that nature. So the water is actually one of the most important things we can bring to a scene such as this, as well as just checking on the firefighters as they go through their duties and whatnot, making sure that they're not overly red or overly sweating, or on the the worst case scenario, no longer sweating, because then that leads to an even more serious condition.
On average, 3 to 4 cases of water are brought to a scene, and if more is needed, it can be readily available. Anders says with conditions like today, firefighters who have been responding to fires on a consistent basis in the city since Sunday afternoon need to make sure to continuously take care of themselves before and after battling fires in the hot temperatures.
Day after day with events such as this, eventually you'll have fatigue. If they're not, after they're leaving here, if they're not continuing to hydrate themselves, that'll make matters tough. And plus, despite the fact that it's so warm out, you still got to make sure that you keep eating in order to keep all the rest of your body functions going.
For those battling fires in the heat, Anders says there are signs and symptoms that you should look for from either yourself or others you are working with.
They got to watch if they start getting vision disturbances, just general weakness. Like I said, if they go from sweating profusely to all of a sudden not sweating anymore, but they're still in the same environment or still outside, that's a problem. If they can feel their pulse, their pulse racing beyond what it normally does, they're all signs and symptoms that, or if they start to feel faint, they need to get checked out.
As the week progresses, temperatures will remain high, but hopefully this heat wave will settle down, and until then, make sure to stay hydrated and cool for the rest of the summer. Coming up next, Eric DeBaradinas is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacek will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned. All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You'll get to meet Jessica Noss, a busy mom of 2 little children who has gone from wheelchair to fully recovered in 4 months, thanks to great chiropractic care. Her amazing story. It's this week. Join us.
Last November, in the bitter cold, North Schuylkill lost in the district final. Now, in the brutal heat, they are working to improve in a specific area so they don't get beat again.
The team as Northwestern, they had a lot of speed, and it did hurt us out to the perimeter defensively. We were there, but we just, didn't close in the areas where we had to close. So it was an emphasis, and I just think we have the kids with the speed now in the field. It's always something on your mind. I mean, there's a lot of emotions and a lot of energy that go into a game like that. So you play in a game like that, it definitely sticks in the back of your mind. But it's not forgotten. It's not spoken about a lot. We're moving on, and we're getting ready for this year.
Crestwood was able to capture a district championship last season, but the Comets will face the challenge of change in 2015.
Still in the hole, same Crestwood.
To be the same Crestwood, the Comets must replace a senior class that led the program to an undefeated regular season, a district championship, and the greatest year in school history.
I think everyone's aware that we lost a lot of quality, skilled seniors off of last year's team.
Not only do they have to replace the talent of guys like 4,000-yard rusher Frank Eigeldinger and Jay Popson, Crestwood has to replace their intangibles.
They were great leaders, those guys really led by example, and on and off the field, they were always talking, helping you out whenever you needed it. That's what made them.
Last year's senior class, words can't describe.
They were more than leaders, and they really did show us the way.
Seamus Rother is expected to take over the quarterback reins. Tanner Kalu returns at running back, and All-State safety Lance Bloss will see time in the offensive backfield this season.
I want my guys to respect me. I want my team to respect me. I don't want to be that guy who just yells at everyone and gets on people. I respect them. I want them to respect me, and we're all friends out here. But I do like to push the guys. They push me, and we're just all getting better.
John Macri will be part of a rotation of fullbacks.
We do have to learn new stuff, but we've been going over it for years. We all know the offense, so it's not much more learning. It's just getting reps and getting better at what we're doing.
Defensively, head coach Greg Myers likes the depth at linebacker, but recognizes the challenges facing an inexperienced unit, including a few players in their first year with the team.
And I think we just need to be patient, and maybe, from an installation standpoint, we might not be able to install as much as we've had in, at this point last year. We just have to be patient and just bring them along slowly.
It will take a lot to duplicate 2014's success, but there's great optimism that the experience and lessons learned will help this group fill the Comet-sized shoes left behind from last year's squad.
It's we're not really necessarily changing who we are, but just kind of the personnel and fitting for us and staying as Crestwood.
Tonight on Late Edition Sports, much more high school football coverage, but next, Joe Garbacik is in with a final look at the forecast.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicap accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget. Restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314. WYLN TV 35 has strong ties to the community, as evident in its commitment to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hand Society telethons. WYLN's commitment to Northeastern Pennsylvania continues with a broadcast of Hazelton's Fun Fest Parade and both the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants of Spare Hill Flag, and throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other events. WYLN, we're your local network.
Well, most of the activity today has been concentrated out in the central part of the state of Pennsylvania with some showers and thunderstorms. And again, as we go into tomorrow, we may have to deal with a shower or thunderstorm across our area. Better chance of seeing a lot more showers and storms as we start going into our Thursday. And temperatures have been on a high side. The humidity levels have been relatively high, and that, of course, is making it feel a little bit warmer than what the actual air temperature indicates. But there will be an end to the humidity. There's going to be an end to this warm weather in the 7-day forecast. It's going to start to cool down, feel a little bit more comfortable across our area. But that won't come until toward the ending part of this week. Some more showers and storms come into play for Thursday and Friday, but then after that, paves the way for a pretty nice looking weekend with temperatures generally in the 70s to near 80 degrees.
I actually saw it was warmer here than it was in Florida.
Yeah,
today.
How about that?
I'll take that. But I have to be a little biased on your high school football previews. Pretty excited. Spartans are number one. They went to North Schuylkill, so hopefully...
Voted again number one in the Anthracite League after winning it last year. Crestwood and North Schuylkill were our top two teams last year, so some changes, but you always have to undergo changes, but that's the test of a true great team.
All right, well, once again, we will see how it lines up, and I can't wait to see the previews for the next teams that are coming up. Have a good night, everyone, and don't forget, you can check out all of our top stories on our Facebook page, WYLN News. Have a good night.